Alola starter evolutions confirmed? That's right, what's going on guys, it's FreeSlime back here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Today, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about the starter evolutions and the Chinese rumor and how the leaks might actually be confirmed true. So for those of you that don't know, this is the Chinese rumor. It revealed these three leaks, which are the evolutions of Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio. And pretty much when I first saw this, like a lot of people, I thought, you know, this is just fan art, it's not real, it's these are fakes, and I just brushed it off and didn't really give it much thought after. However, if we take a closer look at Litten's final evolution, you can see a girl kneeling next to Litten, and we take a look, the trailer that was revealed on Monday, this girl looks exactly like Malo. Like, she has the same short shorts, the outfit, the flower in her hair, even like the bangs and everything about her hairstyle is exactly the same as Malo. So that's actually really interesting because Malo was revealed on Monday, whereas this has been out for weeks now. So this could mean that this is actually a credible source. So we take a look, these were also mysteriously taken down for no reason without warning, so maybe it was that Pokemon or Nintendo wanted to cover it up so that no one saw these final evolutions. And it did also mention that there weren't going to be any gyms or anything like that, and instead you would have to actually create one, and then after you do, an Elite Four will appear, which are the leaders of each island. And we saw the trailer on Monday that the leaders of each island actually give you a trial, and one of them is actually Malo. So everything's starting to kind of add up, so maybe these are the final evolutions. Now, it's not 100% confirmed, but there's a pretty good chance that this is it. So let's just take a look at the evolutions themselves. So we take a look here at Rowlet, and we can see we got this Forest Guardian stealthy type Pokemon, which actually looks really cool. I mean, it's pretty much just this owl that can use its wings as a bow and its feathers as arrows. Like, that's pretty amazing. Like, I can just imagine it in battle, just casually, you know, it's in a tight situation, it just, you know, casually plucks a feather and then just shoots it with its wings, and boom, like, we pretty much got like Katniss as a Pokemon, guys. Like, that's pretty cool. I really like the whole idea of the feather arrow, and then like this pose right here is really cool. You know, it looks like it's about to fire off an arrow. Overall, it just seems like a really solid design. It also has like this kind of hood of leaves, and it seems like it can just hide in it whenever it wants, which looks pretty cool too. So we kind of got like a ninja Pokemon thing, and here it's standing on a branch. This looks like some kind of sign, and then right here it says confidential. So maybe, you know, these were actually real. And we take a look at other concept arts, and you look up any other concept art for any other Pokemon, and it's very similar. They show many different angles and like the designs of the Pokemon and the different body parts. So this is actually really cool, and I really like Rowlet's design. And then moving on, we see Litten's final evolved form. So we can see here that Litten evolves into what looks like a wrestler, which means that it is going to most likely be a firefighting type. Here we can see Malo right here, and then we see Popplio, and who appears to be Ash, but I'll get to that in a little. And here we just see this firefighting wrestling beast thing, which, to be completely honest, I was actually expecting a fire dark type evolution from Litten. It looked like this little sneaky cat. I wanted to get like this stealthy, like almost like ninja cat that breathes fire. I thought that would be really cool. A fire dark type, kind of like Houndoom. But if these are real, it looks like we're going to be stuck with yet another firefighting type, which I think that makes it 4 out of the 7 fire starters that are firefighting, which, I mean, come on Nintendo, you can do better than that. But anyways, we actually see what appears to be its middle evolutions. Apparently it's supposed to be holding them right here. It's not that easy to make out, but apparently those are supposed to be its middle evolutions. And yeah, overall, kind of disappointed. I don't hate the design, but I do think that it did have a lot more potential than just being another firefighting type. But let's take a look at Popplio's. Okay, so we take a look at Popplio's final evolved form, and it seems to be like this siren or mermaid type Pokemon, which we take a look at it. It has like this starfish in its hair, and it just has like the little dolphin mermaid tail thing, and it still looks like it's a seal and everything, so it resembles Popplio. I don't really know how I feel about this one. It just, Popplio in general, for a lot of people, is either they loved it or the fact that it was a clown kind of turned them off, so I don't really know. I mean, you guys let me know what you guys think about this. So it seems like these evolutions are pretty much guaranteed to be true, but there is a chance that these are fake. So it's possible that maybe the person put these fake Pokemon evolutions around Mallow, and the reason why they got taken down wasn't because the evolutions were released, but that Mallow was revealed before she was supposed to, and since she's still, you know, copyright from Pokemon, they decided to take it down, but that's kind of unlikely. Like, we scroll down here, we take a look, this recap right here, this is the original Chinese rumor. We take a look, it did state that there were going to be no traditional gyms or Pokemon League, you have to create one, and then an Elite Four will appear, which are the leaders of each island. That's very similar to what we saw in the trailer, and then it says the final starters will be an Archer, a Wrestler, and a Siren, which we can see right here. And then the Diamond Stones will be collectible throughout the region and act similarly to Mega Stones, but not exactly. I think here they're talking about the Z Crystals that, you know, you use in order to activate your Z moves, so maybe there's more to it than just using the Z moves, and act similarly to Mega Stones, so maybe like a different kind of evolution, or maybe it's just referring to the Z moves. We don't know yet, we'll just have to wait and see. And a new Pokemon based on a Dolphin, Sea Cucumber, Snowman, Mushroom, and Rugby Monkey are there. I'm interested to see how these Pokemon turn out. Rockruff's evolution is a werewolf. Well, we already know that Rockruff does have some kind of secret, and that supposedly leaves its trainer in order to evolve and then it comes back, so maybe that was onto something. And then Machado, another copyrighted Pokemon name, has a very unique type combo, so I don't know what that could be. Maybe, I'm guessing Shadow, so it's either Ghost or Dark, so maybe like normal Ghost or normal Dark, or even Ghost Dark, but let's take a look at the new part, which is up here. So there were more predictions that this rumor made, and this is just brand new information which appears to be true, but as it even states, honestly, we're still taking it with a grain of salt. So none of this is confirmed yet, you know, even the starter evolutions, that's not confirmed, but this is interesting because this actually seems kind of credible, so maybe these will also be accurate predictions. So as I mentioned earlier, we see Ash right here next to Litten's final evolved form. We'll read the first point here, and it says the anime's Ash Greninja will appear in the game. Now, the way Ash Greninja works in the anime is that when Ash and Greninja's hearts are in sync, they fuse together almost, and Greninja just becomes super powerful and they start acting very similarly. So you kinda need Ash if you want to have Ash Greninja, so that means that Ash himself will have to be in the game, which is weird because we've never seen Ash from the anime in any Pokemon game, because as we know, the anime and the video games are two separate canons, and they've never like directly crossed, like at least not with Ash. And you can even see like Pikachu right there, you know, that's Ash's hat, that's his hairstyle, you know, that's definitely Ash right there. So I'm interested to see if this is true, and if it is, how is that going to work? Alolan, Rattata, and Raticate are dark types, so more Alolan Pokemon, and we take a look, going from normal to dark type, so still weak to fighting, but you know, different typing, I could see more potential for them, different designs, I'm pretty excited to see that. Alolan Butterfree is Bug Psychic. Okay, now Butterfree is actually a pretty big deal because Beedrill, as we know, got a Mega Evolution, but Butterfree didn't, and the two are kind of like a pair, so if one gets one, the other one should get one. And so the question here is Butterfree going to get a Mega, or is it just going to get an Alolan form? Or will it get an Alolan form and an Alolan Mega? So that's the interesting question, because we take a look here, the next point is Alolan, Abracadabra, and Alakazam are fighting type. So they go from psychic to just pure fighting type, so a 180-degree turn right there. So that's the same question, like Alakazam can already Mega Evolve, but its Mega Evolution is a psychic type. So will it be able to Mega Evolve from a fighting type into a psychic type, or will it have an Alolan Mega, or will it just not be able to Mega Evolve? So will these Alolan forms even be able to Mega Evolve, or will that never happen, or at least not yet? We have to wait and see, I guess. And then Alolan, Nidoking, and Nidoqueen are poison fighting type. Not too much of a change between Poison Ground. I can imagine similar stats and move pool, but I could see this being different. Poison fighting, you know, we have Toxicroak and Krogunk. That's about it. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head, but times 4 weak to Psychic, so I don't know about that. Alolan, Growlithe, and Arcanine are water type. This kind of makes sense because Vulpix and Ninetales both got one, and they changed from fire to ice types. So fire and ice are typically seen as opposites, and so is fire and water. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to assume that Growlithe and Arcanine would get Alolan forms and that they'd be water types. So you can use Surf with Arcanine now. I'm really excited to see how that's going to work. I'm sure there's going to be cool designs for these Pokemon. Alolan, Dodrio, and Doduo are fighting flying types. I want to see how this is going to work, because do you just give them arms, or like are they able to punch now, or like is there an actual way they can fly? Did they just get wings, I guess? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to work that design out, but we'll have to wait and see. The previous versions of Pokemon which have taken on new forms will only be accessible by bringing in from older games. So this is a question I had when I first saw the trailer on Monday, where, okay, we have an Ice-type Ninetales. If I want a Fire-type Ninetales, will I have to bring it in from an older game, or will I be able to catch it in the Alola region? So it turns out that any Pokemon that gets an Alolan form will only be found in that Alolan form in Sun and Moon. So in other words, if I want a Fire-type Ninetales, I have to bring it in from X and Y or ORAS, which I guess makes sense, but that could be a little annoying, but that does mean that you will need your older games if you want those older versions of Pokemon. So Furfrou gets new styles, okay, that's new fashions I guess for that Pokemon. New cat Pokemon varies in type and appearance based on breeding. I really want to see how that's going to work out. That's pretty cool because breeding's already a somewhat complicated mechanic, and if we get a new Pokemon that varies in both type and appearance based on breeding, like, I really want to see how that's going to work out. I want to know what kind of Pokemon it is and what types it could potentially get. And then there's a new Snowman Pokemon line with 2 stages, and it is Ice Ghost, so Frostlass isn't the only Ice Ghost Pokemon anymore. And I mean, we've already seen the snowy mountains in the Alola region, so I want to see how this new ice type is going to look. I'm pretty excited. Ice Ghost is a really cool typing, and I love Frostlass, so I really want to see how this one looks. And then the final point, not to get hopes up, but there may be 2 final evolutions for each starter. This is huge. We have never seen a starter line that has more than 1 final evolution. So what I'm thinking is, it even says not to get hopes up, but if this is accurate, and this does happen, then does this mean that in order to get the standard evolution, so these ones, you just level them up to level 36 or whatever level they evolve at, and then if you want to get the secondary evolution, you have to use an elemental stone, so you evolve Rowlet into the middle stage and then use a leaf stone and you get the secondary evolution. Then same thing with Litten and Popplio, you level up Litten into the middle stage evolution, and then you use a fire stone, and then you level up Popplio, it evolves into the middle stage, and you use a water stone. So you have potentially 6 Pokemon technically that you can choose from for your starter to evolve into. So if we take a look at the Alolan Pokemon, they all seem to be from Kanto. So what about Pokemon that aren't from Kanto? Pokemon like Flygon and Milotic. Like, we were expecting Flygon and Milotic to get Mega Evolutions in ORAS, and they didn't, which was a pretty big deal considering both of them are from Hoenn, and both of them did kind of need it as their counterparts Gyarados and Altaria and Salamence got them. So will they get Alolan forms instead, or are Alolan forms going to be exclusive to Kanto Pokemon, because so far that's all we're seeing? Or is it just going to be mostly Kanto Pokemon? So how's that going to work? Are we going to see like Mega Flygon and Milotic, or is it going to be Alolan Flygon and Milotic? Or both, or neither? We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. And then just another prediction that I'm making that's not on here is I think Marowak's also going to get one. Not just because it's from Kanto, but because, as we know, the 4 trial leaders, one of them is Kiawa, who actually has a Marowak, and he's a fire type user. But as we know, Marowak is a ground type. So I can definitely see Marowak becoming a fire type and using its bone as kind of like a torch that you could see in like a Hawaiian style of like dance. And it would make sense if Marowak does get one. So yeah, I mean, we take a look, I mean, we've already got Megas, we've got Alolan forms, maybe even Alolan Megas coming soon, and then like the Z moves, we still aren't 100% sure how like this is going to affect the Pokemon that uses it and everything. Like, we know you get 1 per battle, so maybe we'll get more information on that. And then if Pokemon get Alolan Megas, will they get normal Megas? So what if Alolan Butterfree gets a Mega? Does that mean regular Butterfree will also get one? Or how is that going to work? So it seems like there's going to be so many possibilities for Pokemon, and I'm really excited to see how this affects every aspect of the game, from the story to competitive battling, and this is really cool, and I hope you guys are excited. Let me know what Pokemon you guys want to see get an Alolan form and what your hopes are for Sun and Moon. But that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button, and if you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike, but let me know why down in the comments below so I can improve the quality of my videos and make content for everyone to enjoy. But that's about it. Thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.